So I changed out the barrel liner with a stainless steel, and this is a 700 for if I ever change out the 700. But I changed out with a stainless steel barrel liner, which they're a little heavier. They're thicker and it's supposed to be more stiff and sturdy, just to keep your barrel from moving or something. Anyway, this is the OM317 caliber. You can see right there, you know, I don't do a whole lot of finessing. I know you're probably supposed to use different stuff, but that thing was so stuck, I forgot to put my torch on it. I didn't know they had damn, what's it called, seal tight. All in that. I forced it. Once it started getting out of there and I saw the powder running out, I said, oh, I put some seal tight on that. I probably should have heated it up first. But anyway, I marred it all up. Marred up the transfer port real good, you know, getting that side of it out. And then marred up the stainless steel. Because that's just what I do. You know, I want it rough and tough. If it ain't rough and tough and still shoot good, it's garbage. So yeah, that fucker was tearing O-rings up. I've seen all kind of shit on there when I start pushing that barrel housing through the back through the gun. You know how they got the O-ring set up on it. All kind of pieces of O-rings are coming off of that. It was hard to get it back through there, but in the end, it's in there. All right, stainless steel now. Now we gotta see, will it still shoot good? So I got a bottle cap at 40 yards down there that I'm gonna retest with. I haven't changed any settings. I'm still on that hybrid high power tune. So I've set the regulator all the way up to what's that, like almost 120, about 115. Oh, that's my pressure, but my regulator is there too. So my regulator is at about 115, and I'm all shot out. I gotta put some air in here because my pressure is at 115. All right, and the second stage regulator is set at like 140. I'm gonna put some air in here, and then I'm gonna bust some shots at a bottle cap I got set up downrange. Let me get some air. I ain't gonna pump no air because I got time for all that. Got my setup now, y'all. Yeah, you see it. Got it set up. I go to the freezer. Got this one in the freezer. Alright. Come off the bottle. That's already good dry air in that bottle. But just in case, just to see, I bring it through here and then through here. Make sure it's dry. That's really, I got that set up for my my GX pump because it was putting water in the system. But I go ahead and use it on my bottle too. Be a little extra cautious. Here early. Oh no, it ain't. that cold in there, man, it's tough. It's tough on O-rings. So probably lost some air. We good now, though. Should be coming up here. Must be at least 200. There we go. There we go. If you get that desiccant filter ice cold, when that hot air comes through there from that bottle, it's going to, you know, because it's at high pressure, that dew point is high on it. So when it hit that cold, any water in there is going to drop up out of there. See how it's melting that? It's that hot air going through there. That hot air is going to hit its dew point. If it's any water in it, it's going to turn into a droplet, and it's going to get absorbed by that desiccant right away. On the contrary, if you got a pump set up and you got high pressure and you got high temperature, well, your dew point's high, your pressure's high, your temperature's high, so your desiccant might not get all that moisture out because it's a vapor. It's not really moisture at that point. So if you can get it cold, that way when that hot air comes through there, any water droplets in that air, they'll be condensed right away. Even vapor in the air is going to get condensed right away when it hits that cold. So that's why I set that up like that. Just to show y'all, desiccant works much, much better when it's cold. The colder the desiccant, the better it works. That's why I put that in the freezer. It's still cold. My bottle heated up, so that air is going through there nice and hot. And by the time it gets in this bottle is probably about 98 degrees. It's about as warm as my hand. That's it. So if I let that bottle cool down, it'll probably get even more pressure in it. But I ain't got time for all that. So we're gonna go down here and let this off. So far, I still ain't trapping no air. I mean, no moisture out of this. I'm yet to get any moisture out of this thing from my GX pump or my filter. Because on the GX, I'm using air that I've dehydrated with this refrigeration dryer, which it works really good, especially with the low pressure low pressure air compressor. I pump that air through there at 150 and it dries it out. It dries it out. Then it goes in those tanks, and I get dry air there, so when I come up here, that's already dry. This here, I keep this in the freezer. This is my, if all else fails, if I had some funk got through somehow, something failed and I had some moist air, it's gonna get trapped in this. So you know that humidity on there is coming from outside, but on the inside it's dry. It's dry. If you keep it in the freezer air is dry too. So you can see my desiccant, it's still nice and dark blue. I'll just try to keep that nice and dry, keep the moist air out of it. And the air that's going in it is conditioned and already dry. So, back to the freezer with that. And now, this is full of nice dry air. We ready to see if our point of impact is shifted. Since the barrel got readjusted, I mean, I pulled the barrel all the way out, put it in this new sleeve, and tightened it down to a different tightness. It's a different sleeve. Everything's different. So I might have to, but I would expect that there's a shift in POI. At least from what I'm hearing from guys, there's probably a shift in POI. Tell me I ain't got no pellets. I gotta put pellets in here too. I ain't got no pellets, y'all. I'm sorry guys, this turned into a long video. Now I used to have a matte, well I still got the matte double tune on there like I told y'all. I got that regulator set at 115. This is 177. With that big old power plenum and a regulator set at 115. So it's a hybrid high power tune because I did use the valve adjuster knob to turn it down a little bit. Just take some of the heat off of it. But now I got it set to where I can shoot that 20 grain slug that I got from Nielsen Ammo. I can shoot my 15 grain slugs, and of course I can shoot the 12.5s. A lot of penetration coming out of the 15 and the 20. Unless I'm going to do some long range shooting, or there's coyotes or something, or a fox or something bigger than a rabbit and a squirrel in the yard that I'm taking down, the 20 and the 15 ain't gonna get no action. There's no need for it. But if the occasion arises, I got the power to push them right. Yeah, but they're really, I mean, unless you're shooting long range, I don't need it. I need to get somewhere where I can get out like 200 yards and see what that 20 grain slug will do at 200 yards. But until that happens, it just got way too much penetration power. Let's see if we see how this, what kind of point of impact shift we got out of this. Ooh, we're shooting high. Way high. Very, very high. Make sure it wasn't a flyer. I seem to be shooting real high. Yeah. Let's see here. Ooh, that's really high. So I'm up in the air like crazy now. So point of impact shifted for sure. Certain point of impact shift. The point of impact seems to have only shifted upwards though. My left to right looks perfect. But the up and down, oh my goodness. Let me set this thing right here. It looks like if I came halfway, I would be good. I'm gonna go from there to there. Let's see what I get here. A little better. Still a little high though. See where I'm at now. Still a little high. One more, make sure. One just flutter. Yeah, I'm still a little high. See now. Is this it? Ooh, almost there. Maybe 2 more clicks up. That should do it. There it is. Oops. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. All right, 10 shots, y'all. Let's go see what they look like. See if this stainless steel liner is worth its salt, or if all that marring up with a pair of water pump pliers. I ain't nothing but a plumber, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm a plumber HVAC. I gotta put some pliers on something. That's just how it is. But we're gonna see if it affect my accuracy. Let's see what we got here. So at 40 yards, there's 10 shots. I got 1 flyer. You know. Okay. 1 flyer. But aside from that, you know, that squirrel hit all day. that flyer might have been the first one I got in there when it was really close. Let me count them. Let me count what I got in here. That way I know if that flyer ain't the one that was just real when I got real close. Let's see what we got here, y'all. Let's take this one out. This one right here, that was, I called it the flyer. We're gonna take it out the equation. So that's 1. Now if we end up with 9 in the bottle cap, and that means that was number 10. Let's see what we got here. Alright. Mess of pellets in there. Y'all see it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hell, this looked like 11, 12. So in the bottle cap, we had 12 of them. So I might have hit that a couple of times I didn't know about before I start counting. We got to do it over now. We got to find out what happened with that. Put the bottle cap back on there. We renewing it. Because some of y'all going to think I'm cheap. But now that we got it dialed in, we got to go see what we got going on here. I hate to make the video long. You know, we got to see. Don't matter that the bottle cap already got holes in it, because, you know, we going by the putty. The bottle cap is really just something for me to aim at. And at 40 yards, I want to be able to knock a hole in a squirrel. We're going to put it over here this time, though. Because, I mean, I got to be able to come at it from wherever I want to. Not just, you know, one spot, you know, I'm aiming at. I ain't like old Ed Gun Leshy. He got it set up, you know, perfect, where he just going to shoot them there every time. You know, I was going to do that. I had the little feeder up there. Perfect aim on that thing, but that got too easy, you know. Every time a squirrel got up there, I just knock him in the head, and it was too easy, and I felt like it wasn't fair to the squirrel. So I got rid of that. I stopped putting peanuts up there and stuff, making it too easy. I don't know how Ed Gun Leshy do it. Just sit there, you know, and pop squirrels all day in the same spot. It's just get too easy. I gotta get a squirrel. I gotta have some competition. I gotta get a squirrel a chance. So that's why my setup is just, you know, I won't be able to shoot him from anywhere within range. If he's in the yard, he's fair game. So we're gonna go one more time, y'all. This time I'm only gonna put 10 shots in here. That way I know for sure if yeah. So we got 4 in there already. We need 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But so far, I'm liking the results. Maybe it tightened up a little bit. It was pretty tight though without the stainless steel barrel. I am just off the wood now. I don't even have my bag. Let me put my bag down here. Shit, I got a bag. I ain't got no reason to be sitting on that wood like that. I'm just trying to make it too hard. No, that's unnecessary. Let's go get him again. All right. 10 shots, 40 yards, and a bottle cap. I just found my range, y'all, on these last 2 shots here, so the first 2 gonna be off a little bit to the side. That's it. All right. So I was off a little bit on the first 2 shots. I needed to hold over to the right a little bit to really get into the bottle cap. I think one of them, that second one, I don't know where the first one hit because I slipped on the trigger on that first one. And the second one, when I let it go, it went over to the side a little bit. So one of them might not be in here. Yeah, there it goes right there. So that one and that one, it's my fault. This one was a flyer. But the rest of these, right in the bottle cap. I don't know what happened here. I think that's a flyer. One of them missed. Let's see what we got. Get out of there. Alright. So we should be missing one.